These are the Air Pro 4 earbuds by SoundPEATS. They feature Snapdragon sound with aptX lossless playback, a 13mm dynamic driver, and active noise canceling. But how do they fit? How do they sound? And more importantly, are they worth the money that they're asking for them? Well, these are the questions that we're going to answer today, so be sure to stick around. Hey everybody, I'm Tim and this is Run Tall. If you're new here, welcome to the Run Tall family. I'm really glad that you are here and you found us on YouTube. Now I post running videos every day, running shoe reviews, comparisons, and shoe battles. But I like to post a lot of other videos that are related to running as well, like training, recovery, and gear reviews like this one. So if you're into that kind of thing, or maybe you're just looking for a daily dose of running, consider subscribing to the channel and don't forget to click the notification bell so you'll be notified each time that I upload new content. Now, before I get into it too far, I do want to get a disclosure out of the way. The Air4 Pros by SoundPEATS were sent to me for the purpose of review. However, no one's paying me to make the video, no one's telling me what to say, and no one from SoundPEATS has an opportunity to preview my thoughts before I share them with you first here on YouTube. Now, if at any point in time during this video you want to learn a little bit more about these, or maybe pick up a pair for yourself, I'll put a link in the description below that'll take you right to them on Amazon's website. They retail for $79.99, and that's US currency. But right now, because they're brand new and you get to take advantage of their launch sale price, you can pick them up for $47.99. And again, I'll put the link in the description below along with a coupon code that you can use to save yourself an additional 10%. Now, when I'm reviewing a set of earbuds, I like to start with comfort and fit first. And that's because it doesn't really matter how great a set of earbuds sound. If they don't fit right and they're not comfortable, I'm simply not going to wear them. So let's take a close look at these. Now, for me, they fit terrific. I really like the design of these. They do have ear tips that are interchangeable. You get 3 different sizes to choose from. They come pre-installed with the medium size, and that works really well for me. I found them to fit really comfortable, and I like the stem design, and I like the size of it. You know, some of those stem designs can get a little bit long, and they can look a little strange, I think, maybe a little bit disproportional to your face, but these I found to fit really well. They're super comfortable. They stay in place regardless of what I was doing. Now, they're not being billed as a sport earbud, but I do use these to do sporting types of activities because I love to run. I like to ride my mountain bike, and that's how I was testing these. I took these out on the run, and I didn't have any kind of issues at all with comfort or fit when I was out using these, working out. I never had any kind of issues with them bouncing around or feeling like they were going to fall out. So I think they did a really good job with the fit and design. I didn't have any kind of discomfort. I didn't have any ear fatigue. So kudos, SoundPEATS. Now, I do encourage you to take advantage of the different ear tips that they send along to find the ones that fit best for you, because the better fit the earbud, the better the sound's going to be, but not just the things that you might be listening to, like music or watching movies or maybe listening to a podcast, but it's also going to help out that active noise canceling to perform at its peak as well. And it's super simple to do. Now, the way I like to do it, or the easiest way I found to trade out or to change out those different ear tips, is simply to peel the ear tip off of the earbud first. And then you're going to take the ear tip that you want to replace it with, and you're going to turn it inside out, put it on your fingertip, and then just put it up around where it's going to seal onto the earbud, and then just gently roll your finger around until it snaps into place. Now, these do feature a touch control panel, and that's located right up here where you see the S on that bronze color toward the top of the earbud. Super simple and very intuitive to use. And you have pretty much full control over what you're listening to. So you can play or pause a song, you can answer a phone call, reject a phone call, increase the volume, decrease the volume, skip forward to the next track. About the only thing that you can't do that I'm aware of is to go back and replay the previous track. But you can switch between active noise canceling, normal mode, and transparency mode, and you can even put them into game mode or a low latency mode in case you're watching movies, or maybe you're playing a game off your tablet or your cell phone. Now, these also feature Bluetooth 5.3. Really appreciate that because you get a really stable connection. And I've had these connected with all kinds of devices, including my iPhone 15, my iPad, and my Amazon Fire Stick to watch movies off of Netflix. And in every case, it paired up quickly and easily. And again, I had a really stable connection. And that connection's good for about 10 meters. Now, if you are using these to watch movies off Netflix like I like to do, or maybe play a video game, you're going to want to use game mode. Now, it's going to put it into a low latency mode so you don't have any kind of lag in your audio. And I didn't notice any lag at all, and I enjoyed watching the movies and also playing games from time to time off my tablet. Now the sound quality is excellent. You've got Snapdragon sound combined with a 13mm dynamic driver, so you get a good solid bass. If you're a bass head, I think you're going to like these. But it doesn't mean that bass is drowning out the highs or the mids, because they do a good job in finding some balance there. I did feel like the highs, the treble, that was nice and crisp and clear, and the mids were exactly where I wanted them to be. So when I was listening to all different kinds of music, and I like to listen to music primarily off of Spotify, but I listen to all kinds of music, including classic rock and pop. And sometimes I like to listen to hip hop or rap. My musical tastes are pretty broad. But in each case, it sounded terrific. And you have the ability to change the equalizer to adjust the sound to fit your taste. So now's a good time to talk about the app. It does have app support. I do encourage you to go ahead and download that app. Number one, because if there's any kind of updates that are available for your earbuds, you're going to get those sent to you. So you're always up to date with whatever changes that they're out there that they're making. But you also have, and I like this feature, the ability to adjust the equalizer. Now you can go ahead and choose from some presets, and they have the classic SoundPEATS, but they also have a lot of other ones to choose from too. I often go to bass boost because I do like a lot of bass. I listen to a lot of classic rock, and I just really enjoy that heart-thumping bass that delivers. But you can choose from so many other choices that are available to you. And if you don't find what you like there, you have the opportunity to customize that equalizer to fit your taste as well. But there are other things you can do in the app too. You can also change between those different modes that I mentioned earlier. So you can move from active noise canceling, normal mode, put it into transparency mode. You can also put it into gain mode. And you can also turn off basically the features of the touch screen. So maybe you're doing something, playing sports, or you're involved in an activity and you don't want to accidentally touch that touch screen and maybe play or pause your music or skip it ahead or change the mode that it's in. You can turn those off, and I think that's pretty terrific as well. So I do think it's worth the time to download the app. The other thing that I really like about these is that they have in-ear detection. So if you're listening to some music and maybe you stop for a second and you pull your earbud out, maybe to have a conversation with somebody next to you, whatever the reason, it's going to stop your music. It's going to pause it. And then when you put it back in your ear, it's going to pick up where you left off. So I do like that in-ear detection on the SoundPEATS Air Pro 4s. Now these also feature an IPX4 rating, which means that if you're using these at the gym and maybe you sweat a lot, or if you're outdoors, maybe going on a run like I like to do, and you get caught in the rain, you're going to be just fine. But you're not going to be able to swim in these. You're not going to want to immerse them in water. But if it's just sweat or a little bit of rain, or they get splashed, they're going to be just fine. I love the fact that these have a long battery life. With the earbuds, you're going to get about 6.5 hours of playtime. And then if you use the charging case, you're going to get 26 hours of playtime before you have to charge it again. It only takes about an hour and a half to charge up the earbuds and about 2 hours to get a full charge within the charging case. Now they do have a USB to C charge port that's located at the bottom. I love the fact that they're using a USB to C cable. They do send you the cable, but it's so much better than when companies use proprietary cables, because when they do that, if something happens to it, maybe it gets lost or damaged somehow, you're kind of out. You have to go back to the company to try to get a new cable. But USB to C, chances are you got plenty of those around the house. They're super easy to find, and they're really inexpensive if you did have to replace one in the future. So let's take a closer look at that battery case. So it's very lightweight. So if you're going to carry this around in your pocket or your purse, it's not going to weigh you down. It does have a clamshell design, and the earbuds stay in place really well. So I can turn these upside down and shake them, and they're not coming loose. So I appreciate that. I like the fact that they're held in place really well, because if you're not wearing them and you have them in the case in your pocket, and maybe you're doing something, if they're not seated well, that can be really distracting with your earbuds bouncing around or even coming out of the case, but you're not going to have that issue here. Also located on the front is a battery indicator light, and that tells you just about how much charge you have left in your charging case itself. And again, the charge port's located at the bottom, but also at the bottom is a reset button. So if you need to repair your earbuds for some reason, you can use that reset button to do that. And these are a multi-point connected earbud, meaning that you can connect these to more than one device at a time. I really like that because it makes it easy to move from one device to the next. So you can have it paired maybe with your iPhone 15 and your iPad at the same time. So maybe you're playing a game or watching a movie on your iPad and you get a phone call and you want to take that phone call using your earbuds and your cell phone. You can do that really easily. Now, the active noise canceling, I think, works really well. It did a good job drowning out some of those low-end noises that I have around my home. When I'm trying to watch a movie off Netflix and the dishwasher is running, it did a really good job at that. And I think that's one more reason why it's important to get a good fit using those ear tips that I mentioned earlier to get the most out of that active noise canceling so that you get a good seal. Transparency mode also works really, really well. When you put it in a transparency mode, it activates the mics and I could hear all of my environment around me, but I didn't lose sight of the music that I was listening to. So I think they did a really good job there, and normal mode speaks for itself. Now, if you do want to use these to take a phone call, they have a triple mic noise cancellation. So let's see how they sound. To do that, I'm going to take these outdoors where there's a lot of ambient noise around me, and I'm going to put these microphones to the test, and you can be the judge of just how well they sound. So this is a test of the built-in microphones of the SoundPEATS Air4 Pros. This is what it would sound like if you wanted to use these to take a phone call, or maybe you just want to use them as wireless microphones. I think those mics did a really good job picking up my voice and blocking out all of that ambient noise that was around me. What you couldn't hear in the background were cars, lawnmowers, all kinds of things that was going on within my neighborhood. But that triple mic noise cancellation did a really good job filtering out all of that ambient noise so that the caller on the other end could hear my voice crystal clear. Overall, these fit great. They sound even better. And for $79.99, I think they're well worth the money that they're asking for them. And I think they're a real buy at less than $50 that you can pick them up right now on Amazon's website. So don't forget, you can use the link below. That'll take you right to them on Amazon's webpage. And you have a discount code that'll save you an additional 10%. Hey, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it for you. As always, run tall, run strong, be kind to one another. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.